Good morning and welcome to this two-day conclave celebrating freedom and pluralism. This is organized by Mumbai Collective, a motley group of academics, intellectuals, artists and journalists based in Mumbai. I invite Professor R. Ramakumar to introduce the conclave.
Good morning, everyone. Let me use this opportunity to warmly welcome you all to this Mumbai Collective's opening event celebrating freedom and pluralism. I must confess, given the short time in which we managed to announce this event and organize it, we're truly overwhelmed by the extent of support and assistance that we have received from secular and progressive people living in Mumbai. Most of them are here and many are coming and are on their way. Friends, we live in a time when there's an enormous political upheaval that is happening around us. The students and youth of this country are currently in the forefront of a struggle to first ensure that a large number of freedoms that they enjoyed in the campuses, the campus democracy, the autonomy of higher education institutions, be protected. They are also on the forefront of a struggle against forces which are thoroughly divisive, which are moving this country towards an era of enormous division, tension, and communal divisions. If you listen to Ramakumar's speech, which he gave in the JNU campus 2 days back, that late night event, you would see that riveting speech has actually united the student community like never before across the campuses of India. And that's a great sign. It is actually his anthem, may I say, the anthem of JNU. भूखमरी से आज़ादी, सामंतवाद से आज़ादी, आतंकवाद से आज़ादी, मनुवाद से आज़ादी, जातिवाद से आज़ादी, as in fact, it's not just riveting in its content, but it has also set out an agenda, a political agenda for forward-looking progressive people to unite themselves against divisive forces. But the series of events leading to JNU and Ramakumar's arrest over trumped-up charges of sedition, itself a colonial law, was only the end of culmination of a series of events which had another important event, which was the institutional murder of Rohit Vemula in the Hyderabad Central University. Rohit Vemula actually began this movement with a letter, which was unfortunately his last letter. But that letter also, just like Ramakumar's speech, was so powerful. However unfortunate it may have been, the incident may have been, it also played a very important role in uniting students and youth across India towards this progressive cause. Rohit Vemula's suicide, death, happened somewhere in the middle. Even before that, the churning had begun with large number of people, economists, sociologists, historians, writers, coming out on the street and returning awards, protesting against what they thought was a strangling of a lot of freedoms that people had experienced in India till a little while back. This included, for instance, curbs on the freedom of speech, which particularly became exacerbated with the coming in of the new government in May 2014, but it started even before that. It started off with a Tamil writer, Perumal Murugan, who wrote a book called Madhoru Bugan, had to declare publicly that the writer in him was dead because of the protests that he ended up facing. Similar was the fate of Wendy Doniger's book, which the publishers swiftly withdrew scared of the consequences on the streets. Documentaries by independent filmmakers. Muzaffarnagar Baki Hai by Nakul Singh Sawhney, which was based on the Muzaffarnagar riots, the perpetrators of which who believe that they actually brought the present Prime Minister to power and no one else. That documentary, as well as Anand Patwardhan's documentary, Jai Bhim Comrade, the screenings across campuses of India were blocked, threatened with, and in many cases ambushed by student organizations of the right. Freedom to follow someone's faith has also been under attack. The whole attack on Christian churches that we have seen after May 2014, many of them passed off as theft, attempts at theft. The attacks on Muslim youth in this country, based on slogans of love jihad, ghar wapsi and so on, that also has played a very important role in fostering an element of fear in minority communities in this country. The former Mumbai Police Commissioner is on record saying that he felt insecure. Freedom to have a food of one's choice, the famous debate on beef, has also been an excellent example of how narrow, parochial political agendas play a very important role in restricting a lot of basic freedoms that people have enjoyed over a period of time in this country. The death of Muhammad Akhlaq was the most unfortunate event in the series of events that followed. Freedom to think rationally. The Constitution, for instance, provides as a fundamental duty of the Indian citizen the following of scientific temper. But that scientific temper is being dumbed down. Myths are being replaced for facts. The birth of Karna is supposed to be the evidence of scientific prowess in ancient India, thanks to genetic science and test tube science. The trunk of Ganesha is supposed to be a proof that plastic surgery existed in India. And these not coming from the so-called fringe elements, but from the core of the core of the core, the Prime Minister himself. There is a restriction of a basic freedom here, the freedom to think rationally, scientifically, based on evidence and facts. That also is being denied to the citizens of this country. That, my friends, is my quick premise to be laid out, which led some of us living in Mumbai, like-minded people living in Mumbai, to come together and form what you see here as the Mumbai Collective. We wanted to have a platform where we could bring together all people from all walks of life who think like us, who are worried about the particular turn that this country is taking, who are worried about the kind of divisiveness that's being fostered in this country by a set of political forces. To unite all progressive, forward-minded people under one platform, to the extent that we can, to the little extent that we can, to bring together under this platform to discuss and to ensure that more and more people hear our voice, more and more people are able to talk to us, and we are able to talk to more and more people who think like us. Mumbai has hardly a platform of that kind. Our effort is to take the first steps towards forming of such a platform, a progressive platform, which will bring together people from all hues, all walks of life, to discuss the kinds of issues that I just mentioned, particularly in the contemporary era. It's not that if this era passes, we will also retreat, but we want to continue as a debating platform, a platform for putting forward progressive messages in the city of Mumbai. So that's what brought us together. We began to think about it during the period when a lot of writers and all returned their awards. That's about September of last year. That's when we thought about forming such a collective, initiated the discussions. Some of us academics, writers, intellectuals, journalists, political activists, some of us got together and sort of initiated the idea of beginning a group like this, which would discuss this. But the idea got delayed a bit. We first thought that we will actually float this on the 30th of January, but it did not happen due to various reasons. Then we finally decided that we have to do it, and it so turns out that it's a very opportune time, given the kind of political churning among the student and youth that I just referred to. So friends, thank you very much for being here. It's a matter of great pleasure. On behalf of all my friends, there is a large group which has worked behind the scenes to make this collective a success. It consists of teachers, it consists of students in particular. Students have played a very important role. Students of the Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Bombay University, all of them have played a very important role in doing the basic groundwork for this event and ensuring that we have reached here finally. Friends, a few announcements that I would like to make in the beginning itself. We have, as you would have seen through the program, we have the format of the 2-day till tomorrow, 6 o'clock tomorrow, is largely through talks, panel discussions, and so on. There will also be a large number of cultural expressions of protest here. You will also see 3 exhibitions downstairs as you come by near the registration desk. You will see an exhibition curated by Suneet Chopra from Delhi, which is called Art Against Fascism. You will see a second exhibition, second and third, both curated by friends in this fantastic organization in Delhi called Sehmat, which has been in the forefront of the fight against communalism right from the 1990s onwards. Awaz, though, a call to resistance, is one exhibition. The other one is called The Assault on Reason, which is a second exhibition. You can please ensure that you see both these exhibitions which are on the ground floor. A few other announcements that I would like to make is that whenever we break for tea, the tea is served here on my left side. There is a corridor outside the door. You will get your tea, the tea will be served on the left side there. Lunch is going to be served downstairs near the car park. Just an announcement that I'll make right away. Any other requirement that you may have, any other question that you may have, feel free to approach the registration desk and they will clarify all the questions that you may have. Friends, it was our great privilege to have received an initial positive response by one of the greatest living historians of India, Professor Irfan Habib, to come and grace this occasion of inauguration. However, due to reasons of his own ill health and of his family members, he was unable to come, but he has ensured that he has sent us a very special message to be read out at this collective. I shall now read out the message from Professor Irfan Habib. Friends, it is a matter of much disappointment for me that because of the weakness of age, I am unable to join this major convention in India's major metropolis against the regime of intolerance and communal division which the RSS and the BJP government at the center is seeking to impose on this country. There has been a succession of events that have marked the progress of this grim enterprise. The murders of 3 noted rationalists, Narendra Davolkar, Govind Pansare, and M.M. Kalburgi, the Dadri murder, the Rohit Vemula suicide, and the attack on JNU for alleged anti-national activities, to name a few of the most notorious ones. By their shrill cries over issues like love jihad, Gauraksha, and Ayodhya, the RSS and its offshoots aim at creating such an atmosphere that any rational debate might become impossible. They are also trying to crush such debate by subverting academic organizations through the use of a shameless distribution of posts as spoils, an imposition of their mythical fantasies in the name of nationalism or value education on schools and universities. This mounting offensive against democratic and secular principles on which our constitution is based reminds us of the way fascism had established itself in Germany and Italy. The danger in India now is also as real. What should still fortify us is the fact that India is much larger than the RSS and its cohorts. This indeed gives us space, and it is time for us to approach everyone who, irrespective of his views or all other matters, believes that India should fully preserve liberty and freedom of thought. What we need to tell every Indian citizen is that the form of nationalism the RSS and the BJP promote is and has been all through against the interests of the nation. Though formed in 1925, the RSS never raised a finger against the British in 22 years of its existence before independence. They only proclaimed their loyalty to the Hindu nation, thus confirming the Muslim League's two-nation theory. By its divisive politics, RSS not only helped the British, but also made its contribution to partition. Indeed, in 1948, the Government of India formally recognized that the RSS had, quote, engaged in activities which were anti-national, unquote. Today too, that judgment on RSS and its affiliates stands true. A nation consists not only of territory, but also and essentially of people. Anyone who acts against or is hostile to a whole section of the nation's population must surely be made to bear the same stigma that government had attached to the RSS in 1948. All those who have regard for the unity and integration of this nation should see the threat that the RSS's dominant political position poses to our nation today. Our final court of appeal are the people of India. The present convention is a major effort to reach them. I can only express my deep gratitude to those who have organized and mobilized support for such a timely effort. Irfan, Habib. Thank you, my friends. I welcome you once again to this collective, and I hope that in the coming days, today and tomorrow, today we go on till 9 o'clock in the night, we have a performance by Sheetal Sathya and Prof, which begins at 7:30. It's supposed to be ending at 9 o'clock. And tomorrow we again start at 10 o'clock. So I hope to see all of you on both days, today and tomorrow. Thank you very much.